Good morning, America. This is your Silver Sun speaking, Jonathan, who also is related to Sleep John B. J. John. With some serious J's. Christiansen on the tour guy is always really funny. What they do. It's always really funny. They should call the radio station Jesus, John, and Jehovah. But if you want to start an apostleship, I wouldn't have got so high so many times in that place. Yeah, I'm just kind of day drifting, kind of lamenting on, my life now that I'm out of the system. I don't really have a lot of pressures. I say that I'm trying to lose weight, but, my deal with my treadmill fell through, and I really can't afford a treadmill right now for what else is going on in my life. Like, I remember a time sitting on the pinnacle point, the apex of a cliff where there was a precipice that just dropped off into an abyss. And I didn't jump. But I could have, and I could have got out. I'm talking to myself, whispering as I inhale my words. Yes, I am talking to you. I am talking to you. I am inhaling. You like my mane? The mane's getting pretty fancy. My hair's gonna put on, its fancy pants. I waited a long time to do this. Like, you've all seen me, serious sessions of debriefing, getting counsel from spirit guides, questioning the future if the future is accurate, and it is coming my way. The way that I prophesied and predicted in the past since forever. Well, how his prophecies manifest. Well, obviously he's got insiders. And he says, but you have to delve deeper, man. It's on the internet. Like, just pay Google to give you the links. You can't do it with this vocabulary. That is true. You need to know key words. So we're all here lamenting about the juncture that I'm in life. How that I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I am 44 years young, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. And I don't have, and I've never really had a home to call home in this transient, nomadic, homelessness situation that my mother manifested. Some people, my life before this was known as Joseph. The Hey Joe that Jimi Hendrix talks about, the Sloop John B, the Joan Arc. Joan is my mother. Joan of Arc. Not a Joan of Arc, but a Joan. But kind of like the Joan of Arc. But the reason why I'm a Christ is because of the Black Madonna. It's the reason why, like, the black power that she has is unique. Does she talk for the black man? Or is she a nun feeding the poor? Yeah, she's alive. She is. That's ain't Ashkenazi. And people say, oh God. Oh God. Kanye says, when he saw you, he says, I did. That's what he said. He really likes saying no songs. He did. It made him laugh. How many people sung pairs of songs by you? We demand future. We demand invisible socks. For it is the Creator that has created the seen and unseen. Through no willful action, just because it is. Why would the devil prophesize? Why would someone prophesize that someone with his God angry for bringing human rights to the forefront? Like, Like America just walks in there. And go, who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? Look what Bob did, all for one person. He said he didn't get it right with the religious. Bob Hawke didn't get it right with the religious. He didn't. He's fine with the immigrants. Yeah, well, Bob, thank you for giving me a safety net that you saved a person from homelessness. To Bob Hawke, shout out. Keep it at 100, Bob. Yeah, and things have been changing in my physiology. I seem to be switching on some type of hybrid mechanistic kind of machines. Yeah, like a machine. A human hybrid machine. Like, my mightiness, the indignation of the past 2 years, having my rights taken from me, and they can't even pass a religious discrimination act for one person. The body snatchers. My girl Susie has quite a few different models and variations of her pocket rockness. She's a bit of a pocket rocket. And the hardest button to button. Um, I don't want to sit here and not talk, but I'm kind of daydreaming in my head about how everything I try and do mentally is in some way a Zen technique. I've been waking up with huge auras, golden ones. Um, as a result of my just because I try, I'm more awake when I party. I'm much more. I have some clarity, and I have some insight. But something is coming in the world. and it's going to be worse than the Great Depression. It could be if we don't take measurements. If we don't try to mitigate the fallout. God is making men stronger, and it's making them laugh. It is. Yeah, I just heard a message that God is. I sometimes talk and people annotate and dictate, and I say what people are thinking. Sometimes I talk out loud. Yeah, so I just sometimes do that because in the Akashic, it's everything you said, everything you do in the Akashic. And sometimes Jesus says, I never said that to some stuff in the Bible. And if there's an Akashic record, why can't we just have an Akashic version of the Bible? The poet says, I don't think so. He just wrote that's something. He goes, stop me from doing it. Everyone will be out of a job. All these writers will be out of a job, man. We love to write. People think I'm Slytherin because of Shreds. The S in my surname. I think because it ends with Z. I think there's some kind of end times the last king of Scotland, like something like that. I enjoy the time I'm spending with you because I know your time is important, and what I say I want to mean, and what I mean is judged by how I say it. Maybe I should go live one time on Telescope. Or just pay people on Twitch to watch me. I think consumerism, materialism has to be judged on how the consumers wish for the transaction to proceed. What I mean by that is like the next stage in capitalism is the consumers getting given getting given free stock in the local store or in the nationwide store, like the Waltons or Walmart. Like if you wanted to nationalize something, you can make each of them a share member, and just have them going around. I actually have customers saying, I want the store to stock this, and I want them to stock this. So, like, every Walmart could be unique according to its demographics. Oh, he's alright. Jon says, that would be the next stage in capitalism. Is that a door? Someone just said that would be the next stage for capitalism if they thought of taking it further. Well, I'll probably talk for the next 9 minutes, but I'm not trying particularly hard here. Like, you're seeing me in my real state. I do daydream, and I am thinking behind the scenes as I pause to kind of come up with the next ism. The presidentism runs rife. Democratize the autocrats. Make the autocrat a servant of each member, and make sure that the autocrat presidente doesn't turn this into a last name ism for presidents. Get them to address the needs in each prefecture and actually go there in a microverse. I'm hearing that Asians are really happy after watching Pondering yesterday on the SBS World Movies channel. Like, he was doing the people, the actors and the Buddhists that were governing the transmission of the signal that was being sent out digitally. Has to be done in 4K. "4K is why 3K. Last night I listened at length to sessions recorded of Melfest, which is the memorial concert that come together every year, and they play bluegrass, folk, kind of rocker type of electric guitars and sitars. Yeah, like, it was interesting to see, and it's like decades old. But that's white music in rural areas in America. Like, the hillbillies and the rednecks, like that's their music, man. That's what they jam to. makes him feel when he does it? He said, I don't know what it is, man, but something's kind of weirded out by me. He said, I think I put someone's wrong body. This isn't my body. He's saying that to people. I said, what happened to Buddha's body? Is he still suffering? Buddha, my beloved friend, doesn't seem to have his body on person. His body is reacting strangely to a physical mannerism. I've been watching the Get Back series of the Beatles. And fuck, it is funny. It's so funny seeing these guys in their prime, man. It is. It's so funny seeing men in their prime, but like they're young men. He said, but they have experiential lives. Like John Lennon. I call him John Lennon, as in Lenin. Lennon, as in the Marxist Lenin. It's also him. He says I have to get back. I knew this would happen. I knew. He's so worried about the Dalai Lama, man. He said, I'm just a monk, man. He keeps saying that to people. He asked, I know it doesn't mean much now asking you, Dalai Lama. But are you really your predecessor? He just shakes his head. He can't acknowledge or deny it. But he shakes his head like, I know. So does that actually make it sovereign? I mean, we have royalty not that take turns, but this is something way different. It is. And I can't believe they call them imperialists. Titan says, Holy fuck, they grow that. The Chinese Communist Party called Tibetans imperialists. Like, I'm pretty familiar with something that's parochial. And that's definitely not imperialism. Like, what the British did with their Commonwealth, That was imperialism. But it's not really imperialism unless it's a like a whitewash where everything is with a blanket agreement across the whole wide world, a whitewash, and it's the emperor's way. Like, how different is the Dalai Lama to the Emperor of China? They said way more different. Like, he doesn't want to deal with secularism in his life, so you're gonna have to leave. If the Chinese have to obey their superior sovereign people who dwell there. Like, they had to put the Tibetans in charge of Tibet and be a real autonomous nation once again. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna break this session up. No, I'm just gonna log off with my Windows feature sound noise. I was wondering, do young people actually remember when Microsoft Windows would make that sound, like really loud when it automatically shuts down? Like, when you think about that movie, where that movie is where you have to remain quiet and you can't talk and you can't make sounds and you can't run. Like, then I think about who knows what it could be. I'll speak to you guys later. Thanks for talking to me. Thanks for watching. What we have to try and do is coexist with everyone and everything. We should not be putting non-sovereign actors in power. Someone has to. If these state actors are going to be in power, they need our oversight, and on the inside and on the outside, within and without. They need to be watched as they get shit done. Alright. Adios. Vai con Dios.